Hey guys, it's Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch. And for you guys that are following me on a weekly basis, this is T minus 24 hours. We're one day away from starting the road trip to Oakton, Virginia. Uh, the way it worked out, I think you guys have been following me. The way it worked out, though, uh, guys are flying in. Two guys are flying in tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we're going to go directly out to the coach. Now, it's been sitting for about 3 weeks. Remember, I tried to go out there to do something with it, but the battery was dead. Remember that? And so we're going to go out there with all the stuff, and we're going to fire that thing up, and we're going to drive it here to the ranch. We're going to clean it up, and Thursday we're heading to Virginia. So it's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be interesting because you got three guys that got to get that sucker up and running. We have dead batteries, we have a bad compressor, and we have a coach that's been sitting for 3 years. So you got to come with us on that. Well, one of the things I wanted to sit here a minute before I left and talk about batteries for a second, because today I've talked to two ranch hands about their batteries. In the spring, you'll find that batteries go bad a lot. You say, why is that? What is it? Some kind of, you said it's the Aurora Borealis or something? What's going on? Why are all these batteries taking a dump? Well, think about this a minute. A battery will fail when it's under stress, when it's under the most stress, okay? Now, if the battery's been sitting, if the coach has been in storage and sitting for a long time, plugged in, not plugged in, back, whatever, okay? And you go to fire it for the first time, that's stress. Or you disconnect it from the charging system and you fire it up and drive it, that's stress. Now, in one of the last videos, I said, buy your wife a battery for Christmas every year if you have 3 batteries. That way you rotate your battery every 36 months. One of the ranch hands said his battery was way, way old, 5, 6, 7 years old. The quality of a battery is not how long it lasts. You don't want that. The quality of a battery is it fires every time, and you give it a big gold watch, and you turn it in while it's working. Why? You say, oh my God, don't get rid of it until it breaks. Well, when a battery breaks, when it's low voltage, as voltage drops, current requirements increase. So that radio that took 5 amps to fire it up at 12.65 volts, at 11 volts, it might pull 10 amps. It might damage it. Okay? So a bad battery can damage DC stuff. You don't want your battery to fail because you know it's going to fail at a time you didn't know. Why? Because you didn't make the plan. You didn't know when it was going to fail. And when it did, it will usually leave you because you're relying on it. It is a mission critical system. Mission critical systems need to be maintained. And maintenance on a battery isn't to check the cables, clean it off the top, fires up, and you're good to go. No. I'm going to tell you, you really should rotate your batteries. You shouldn't have a battery over 36 months or 48 months. And if it still works, give it to your lawn guy. He thinks you've done him a favor. Because what happened? What happened to the battery that I was working on? We went over there and fired up great, took a known good battery, fired it right up. As soon as it was over, by the way, I got somebody calling, I'll call you right back. Engine started, everything was great. We shut it down, turned off the switch to turn off the battery. The battery was disconnected. 2 weeks, I went back out there, the battery was stone dead. Not low, stone dead. Okay? Now, you say, well, what happened? The battery went. No, what happened was the battery went through its life cycle. A good battery will work and it will charge up well and then it will work again. When it starts to not charge up well, it's done. If you deep cycle a battery, in other words, if you take a battery and you let it run down, when it comes back, a regular car battery, marine battery is not quite as bad, But when you run down when you deep cycle a car battery, it's only going to come back to about 80% of what it was before. It's not going to completely charge back up. Each time you decycle a battery, you damage that battery. It will not come back. Okay? And if you leave a battery hooked up for a length of time, look at it this way, it forgets what to do. It thinks it's only supposed to sit there and have a charge in it. It's supposed to do work. If you never ask it to do work, it doesn't know what to do and it falls on its face. Okay? Uh, uh, batteries get trauma to them. Batteries have age to them. You do not want to have an old battery in your mission critical system. Okay? Now, there are two battery systems in the Coach. I know this is really simple to some of you guys, but just bear with me a minute. There may be something in here that might help you. Okay? You got a battery in the back, or it could be in the front. When I say battery in the back, it means it's working the living area electrical system. Okay? Now that battery in the back should be a marine deep cycle battery. Some people put big golf cart batteries, 6-volt batteries, 8D tractor trailer batteries. The problem with that, gentlemen, it takes a lot of charge energy to push energy into those big plates of those big batteries. And if you have a 40 amp or a 50 amp converter, that's not enough energy to maintain that battery. So the battery is consequently in a normal length of charge time, it is not coming back to where it was. And if you don't charge the battery up, it takes a memory and that's as far as it will go. Okay, so you need the right size. Now, if you're going to go off grid and you've got a big 100 amp charger and solar chargers and all this stuff, that's a totally different case. What I'm talking about is a GMC that's used for travel purposes, 1 or 2 nights. You're going to have one deep cycle battery in the living area. If you want to stay out, get 2 and put 2 batteries and do an A-B switch where A is one, B is the other, C is both. All right, because that gives you an opportunity to shut off the batteries. If you have 2 batteries in parallel, positive to positive, negative to negative, there's a resistance in the battery. And if this battery has just a 0.0002 resistance more than this battery will be sucked down. And then it goes below, and then this one gets sucked down. And then it goes below, and this. Now, this happens over weeks. But 2 batteries connected in parallel will discharge themselves. Okay? If you have 2 batteries, you need an A-B switch to separate them. Because when you store them, they must be separated and shut off. Okay? Living area, deep cycle battery, a marine type battery. Because, why? Because what you're looking for that battery to do is to work for a long period of time and to keep the lights on. Or keep the refrigerator going or something like that. All right, you're not looking for a big shock of that big motor. All right, and that's what a marine battery is for. It's designed for some guy to go out all night and troll in his boat, and next morning he comes up with one of those Sears chargers and plugs it in, and the next evening he's ready to go out again. That battery is designed. The plates are designed. The insulators and everything are designed to let drain slowly and then come back up at a normal rate. Okay, that's why you want them in the living area, because that's what you're doing. Yeah, you'll hit the generator, but it's nothing like hitting the engine. Okay, so you want a marine type or that kind of battery in the back. If you want to put a 2 6-volts and all that, that's cool. Make sure your cables are really good and make sure that you've got a big charger. If you've got those 2 things, I'm not going to complain about it. But if you don't, I'm telling you, you have the wrong setup. And you will not have those batteries give you the performance they need to. Okay? I know bigger's better. That's the American way. I got it. But in this case, if you don't use the battery, if you don't use it, you lose it. Okay? So you need to have the right size battery for what you're doing. And if you're driving, you're staying 1 night or 2 nights and driving again where your alternator's charging back up and all this stuff, 1 or 2 deep cycle batteries, depending on what you want to do, is really all that you need. Now, understand, we can get into glass mat batteries and all. There's a whole cornucopia out there. I'm talking about a minimum standard to what you're trying to do, right? I don't even have deep cycle batteries. The plumber's pipes always leak. I put 2 blims in mine. What's a blim? A blim is a battery that is a recycled plates in it. Might have a new case and stuff, but the plates have been recycled. All right, they're not very good batteries. They're about half the price, and I'm just running through them because I'm not going to rely on them. I'm going to check them every time. I have a new battery though up front. Okay, front battery. Front battery is going to start the motor. And the front battery is going to be recharged as soon as it starts the motor by the alternator. Put it right back in. That's what a cranking battery needs. It needs a hard drain real fast and then a quick recharge. Sounds right? Well, that's the kind of thing it needs. Hey Scott, sorry, I'll call you right back. Let me finish this video. That's what it needs. Right? So you need a cranking battery, a 650 cold cranking amps, because that's what you want. You want a hard cranking amp. 650 cold cranking amps. Usually just one. I mean, just the right amount of overkill. I mean, if you want to put 2 in there, but again, you have the situation that both batteries need to be separated if they're going to be sitting for any length of time. Right? Having 2 batteries in your engine compartment really is a bit of overkill that's not needed, because that battery is only there to run the lights and to run the motor. That can be done with one good battery. But that battery needs to have a switch on it as well, because when you are storing the coach, there are parasitic drains. The radio memory pulls 200 milliamps. You may have a light that has a circuit in it, other things, okay? You need to be able to shut off your batteries. If you're storing it, you need to store it with the batteries off, and then go out there every couple of 3 weeks and charge them. Now you say, well, I want to get these little trickle chargers. No. Don't do that. Let the battery charge, let it come down, let it come back up, going up and down. It reminds the batteries what to do. Okay, really, I would not use trickle chargers on these. If you've got a power cord, if you plug the coach in, and don't turn anything else on, say it's a low current cord, just plug it in. Let the power converter work. The power converter is designed from the factory to charge the living area battery. Right? And through other videos, we know that the boost switch, the battery boost switch that looks kind of like this, if you jump from here to here, the living area batteries and the living area charger will also charge the engine battery through this jumper. I'll put a switch in there. But the whole idea is the power converter on board will keep your batteries up. Now, you don't want to leave it on all the time. You want to turn it on for a couple, 3 days, unplug it, separate the batteries, and let them sit there static. Come a week later, 2 weeks later, fire it up, go fire the motor up, let the batteries run, let all that stuff happen. Plug it in for a day or so, go over, unplug it. That's proper maintenance to store a battery. Not just to turn it off and leave it, and not just to put a trickle charger on it and go away. No, you don't want to do that. It's not good for a standard battery. Read other batteries. I mean, glass mat batteries and all this, they're much more resilient. A regular lead acid battery or a SLA, sealed lead acid battery, does have a life. It does have a memory, and it works the best until it doesn't. Okay? So the reason I'm having this talk is, well, I'm just staying inside, building up some energy for tomorrow because it's going to be fun, and getting a couple of phone calls from you guys about this. It's about the right time of year. People are getting the coaches out. One guy said, well, the battery is pretty old, 7 or 8 years old. I said, well, that battery shouldn't have been in there anyway. That battery gave you everything it had. You've saved money by rolling the dice and having that battery in there. So right away you want to just go buy another battery, period. But every year, every 36 months, but every year you need to look at your batteries. You need to make sure the cables are good and all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, there's not much else you can do. You look at it, it's clean, the connectors are good. You look inside, if you did open it up and check the specific gravity, if it's good, you say, okay, well, it looks good. Well, then the dice is rolled. Roll it 36 months and go get another battery. Make sense? It's just important. I know it's hard to throw away something that still works. Well, don't throw it away. Give it to somebody you don't like. Maybe he thinks you like him again. The battery actually saved your character. I don't know. It's just, guys, it's just not worth taking a chance on batteries. All right. I hope this helps. I hope it really hits home. If you've got old batteries in your coach right now, go replace them. Go replace them. If the coach isn't going to go anywhere for a while, okay, disconnect the battery, make sure it's good, get your voltmeter on it before you fire it up, before you low voltage something. Check the battery. If it's less than 12 volts, you need to give it a charge before you start up the coach. And don't just jump it off, start it up, and hope the alternator charges it. That alternator is not designed to charge a battery. It's designed to maintain a battery. So if your battery is weak, don't jump it off and then let it run for 30 minutes. Bad juju. That's bad for the batteries. That's another bad one. That's the thing where it won't come back, right? Deep cycling and all that stuff. All right. All right. I hope there's enough here. Hit like and share if you think somebody else needs to know this. Ranch hands, thank you for your support. And tomorrow, again, we get jiggy with it. Yep. Tomorrow's going to be fun. We're heading to Virginia. Look, guys, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.